Welcome to the Velkyn Weave, where a bunch of us nerdy artists, analysts, engineers, writers, nurses, and performers get together and play Dungeons and Dragons. So glad you adventurers are joining us tonight. If this is your first time watching the Games Tavern, welcome. Please follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free and supports the show, the cast, and the crew. Remember, you can watch us live on Twitch, which you're doing now if you're here. But all shows are also uploaded to YouTube 48 hours after broadcast. You can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. We'll get rolling shortly, but first, some announcements.
That's right. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription, which you can use to show your support to the show, cast, and crew. And Prime Gaming subscribers get access to sub-only emotes into a special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord. Check it out.
And tonight, make sure you cheer on your favorite character when they do something awesome. Your bits and cheers show your support for the characters, and we love you, your friends, for your support. Your subs support the Games Tavern production quality upgrades so that we can make better shows for you. Our latest bits goal supports new microphones for the whole team.
And a colossal thank you to Overhead Games for sponsoring tonight's show. Go to overheadgames.com to find some great support for your games. And of course, join us right here for some great prizes from them this month. They are the creative team behind the Epic Character Generator, an excellent tool for anyone who wants to create realistic character avatars in no time at all. Simply pick whatever items you want to show on your character, save it as an image on a preset or transparent background, and use it in whatever way makes you happy. Check them out at overheadgames.com.
And we are doing another giveaway today from Overhead Games this month. We are giving away another Epic Character Generator. We'll be raffling away that package later in the show. Keep an eye on chat for instructions on how to enter. We'll probably be doing the drawing towards the end of the show. Reminder again around the break.
And I just want everyone to know that I'm sending out a social tweet. I might be sending it out a little late, but as I've done the past 3 weeks, I want everyone to know that Josh must die. Not even Quentin. It's our running meme. It's our running meme. Listen.
Josh knows what he did.
Help, I'm trapped.
That's like the biggest conversations I get. People are like, we don't know who this Josh character is, but we're rooting for Josh. Hey, he must die. Yeah.
Simple to the point. Josh must die. Okay.
Josh must die. Josh must die.
That could be a hashtag. Hey.
That could be a hashtag. Hashtag Josh must die. Shout out to Josh. Use promo code Grant Ellis and Josh might die. All right. So when last we left our intrepid heroes, the Velkyn Weave, they were scaling up the Wyrmsmoke Mountains. The Red Hand Horde had been defeated at the Battle of Brindle. Mighty Rinian fell, and the party was visited by Queen Sansuri, calling herself the Empress of Heaven and Earth. She now has tethered herself above Brindle and views the Velkyn Weave, also known as the Nimbus 2.0 in some parts. She views them as allies, views them as having a common goal of maintaining some semblance of balance in Faerun. The heroes have learned that Azarkul, the leader of the Red Hand Horde, is performing a month-long ritual that has nearly completed in an attempt to open a portal right to the throne of Tiamat's ghost within the lowest level of hell, trying to bring her back to the material plane in a last-ditch effort to summon an infernal army to march across the face of the planet. The Velkyn Weave is the best bet of the free peoples, the Veil folk, if you will, to take out the leader of the Red Hand, Azarkul. However, they've been joined by a new ally. They have been joined by Rangrim, the Sansurian Knight. He's viewed as such by Sansuri. She claims him as a champion, an invincible champion, she says, that cannot be slain, because surely no one would die in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Impossible.
I thought we had an invincible champion once.
You did. Ranian didn't die. He just went home. So the monologue prompt this week, as the party is scaling the mountain after dispatching a group of hobgoblin regulars is what we think of Sansuri, she of many titles. So this week, the order we will go in is we will go Quentin, Bope, Rangrim, Eldon, then Doliris.
I think Sansuri is power mad and insane, which is fine. You know the cards that you've been dealt, but I'm wondering why. Like, how long is she going to be kept in check? You know, is she a bronco that we can ride, or is she going to kick us off and stomp us to death? So
Don't
I
steal
say
my metaphors.
we get what we can, and maybe cut bait and run when the opportunity arises.
She really, Censuri really seems like the who's who of people seeking world domination. I wonder if she might have some information that I could bargain for. If we need to go down that track, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
Lady Sansuri, she looked at me like her her multi-tool kit, someone to solve the problems and correct the issues. I was just merely, it was a means to an end. There was no love lost and had parting ways. Though I will do my duty. I will see this through. Hopefully there will be something at the end of it for me.
That lady is a couple goats short of a herd, if I ever seen one.
Few orcs short of a war party. Few tacos short of a combo platter. Sorry for interrupting. I got like a bunch of them.
I had to think up an appropriate one, yeah.
Yes, you did a good job.
Power mad, sure. Crazy, definitely. On our side, I guess right now, at least she thinks she's on our side, or we're on her side. Good. That woman ain't right, and I think we're gonna have to do something about it eventually. But right now, oh man, I guess we want the same thing, which is no hell on earth, no Tiamat here. That's bad. That's arguably worse than she is currently. But if she gets worse, well, she might be worse. I don't know. I'm gonna what to think about there. Well, one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
I think the longer she's alive, the more damage she's going to do, and someone's going to have to take her out. It's probably going to be us because no one else in the world gets anything done around here. But at the moment, we do have bigger fish to fry. Come on, get real. We're the only people doing things right now.
Who's getting anything done but us?
Exactly.
Listen,
Work.
there's
done.
another adventuring party on the other side of Tauros. It's like, but we've done like a lot. Like,
We found the farmer's lost emus.
excuse me.
Don't
We
mess
done-
with emus, man. They win
We
wars.
We established a band of brigands in Phandalin. That's a heroic act, isn't it? Red
Oh, well,
Brands
Dean
Unite.
Tobias are part of us. You know.
Oh, yeah. They were just appropriating the voices of Deet and Tobias because I only have two NPC voices, Grant and not Grant. And not Grant sounds a lot like Deet and Tobias. So,
Is that how it works?
yes, the party is currently scaling the Wyrmsmoke Mountains. You have bested the hobgoblin guards up some ways. It's difficult to tell exactly, for the trek is arduous. The party is free to pursue as they will. Now, they are joined by a new member who showed some signs of his power last week. But what I'd like to do is set the scene where we have an opportunity for we're going to split the party into two groups for the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to have a scene with Bope, Eldon, and Rangrim, where the theme is to maybe get to know Rangrim. and then we'll have a side scene that will be Doliris and Quentin. I like to see interplay between a variety of characters, both about the Nimbus and Quentin's change in demeanor, if you will. So let's start with the first one. And currently the group, you are trekking up the mountain. It looks like there's a sign of trouble. How would Rangrim respond? It's not actually going to be trouble. It's just something falls. There's some movement, but this will sort of set the scene and give everyone something to play off of. So like a rock falls, it just tumbles, it was loose. Emus loosened rocks.
Look up
Emus
Emu
again.
Wars, people.
Mountain emus.
Mountain emus.
Emus.
Dire
Worse,
emu.
worse than axe
Gotta
beaks,
watch
I
out for
swear.
them.
One leg is shorter than the other.
I mean, Rangrim's not slowing down. He's not phased by a rock.
Not
fall.
even responds. Not
No.
even respond. Just-
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, dear.
Jumps
My
into
heart.
Eldon's arms.
I'm like, oh, you're too big for this now. Oh, God.
I forgot.
Oh my God, he's bigger than you
forget
now.
Myself. I forget myself.
Uh,
Rangrim, to catch you up to speed, I used to be a gnome. Now I look more like,
That's
Quentin.
nice.
No.
Now you're a bit of a snack, if you will. Ba-dum-bum.
That's snack with.
You made some deal
Juicies.
with some dire bean. It won't be the first time, won't be the last time that I've seen it.
Yes,
I'm sure that they will come calling and the pay will come due, and we'll see where everyone lands after that.
wow.
got a point. I mean, we kind of told you that. He's a quick study. I'll tell
I
you what.
see.
It's like he already kind of knows what's going on.
220 years old. I've seen a few things.
Well, you've got another 150 to go before you match mine. If the larynx didn't give it away.
Mm,
They can polymorph your face, but not your larynx, Stagnabbit.
to be that
Well, I
old,
was-
to be that old and still out traveling,
Yeah.
something wrong must have happened.
Yeah, and yet nobody seemed to ask. You guys just accepted an old geezer into your midst and didn't bat an eye.
You're right.
Yep.
No, you're right, Bo. A lot of us, well, we're a lot younger than even Rangrim. So you know what? We were like, great. He's a powerful wizard. Yeah,
Yep.
he'll come along and
Yeah.
didn't even question it. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right, Rangrim.
You became.
Doliris, you're not here.
Oh,
Actually, I wasn't a powerful wizard. I was barely snapped two acorns together.
Well, you were the wizard we had, and we loved you for it, Bo.
Are you upset at me, Eldon?
I'm a little disappointed in some of your choices lately. I'm not upset.
he's not angry. He's just disappointed.
And what about you? What about?
Rangrim comes to a halt, turns around. Is this going to be a problem?
No, I still have his back. That's not an issue.
Good. Turns around, starts walking again.
All right. So you did some stuff in that fight. I ain't never seen a dwarf get that tall before. No offense intended.
In my travels and in my time, I have delved in many a dungeon. I have studied under some of the great archaeologists of the north and of the Sword Coast, and have taken upon myself studies of the ruins of which dot these lands from past long ago, giant civilizations of history that once ruled and others. Their powers are still there if one but only looks and sees.
Pretty nifty.
They have their uses, though at this point they're very limited.
Well, comes in handy, I imagine, at least. Sure
As
looked
much
like it
as
did.
I have to rely upon my old trusty Drakentoten, as much as I have to rely upon those runes.
That's your big hammer's name.
Gesundheit.
Yes, my maul.
Maul. Got it. Sorry, I'm not up on all the big fancy weapons like that. Pardon me.
Eldon names his staff Shillelagh. He calls its name every time he uses it.
It's just, yeah, sure.
Now, wait a second. You changed the subject, Eldon. What about you? You lost everything, didn't you? You told us about that.
Yep, sure did.
Did you have friends? Did you have family? Did you have a wife?
No, just my folks and critters on the ranch. Pretty solitary fella. Simple
Yes.
fella,
How does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I was pretty upset about it. I grieved. I didn't leave that ranch for a week or two, and it was in ruins the whole time.
And do you know who did that to you?
I don't know. I don't even know if it was a who. Well, it was stuff comes out of the mines in the hills every now and then when the miners get crack into the wrong chamber. Stuff's down the ground that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
And these gifts that you've come upon from nature, or
Yeah,
where they come from, they've given you the power to make a difference, to right wrongs, right?
yeah. Well, help others.
Well, that's good, but would you use them to help yourself if the opportunity arose to find out what really happened to your family or your animal family, and to make things right, or get revenge, or reverse even what had happened?
I know reversing what happened out there. It may have been, unnatural, a horde of skeletons and undead crawling out of the earth, but what's done is done. Those animals have passed on. I did my best to put them to peace. They're back with nature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But how do you know you can't undo it? I've seen you pull lightning from the sky. Could you have imagined that you could have done that a year ago?
No, and if I could have done it a year ago, I mean, hopefully. I mean, if I could have done it a year ago, I wouldn't be here. If I wasn't here to help y'all, who knows where y'all might be?
So who are you to say what is possible a year from now? Perhaps you could live forever. I don't know.
I don't know about that. Everything has its time. Everything has its time, Bo.
Sorry, live forever. Perhaps you could slow your aging process to live hundreds of years. Not that I'd recommend it.
Rangrim yells out, "No ape lives forever."
What's he talking about?
Apes. He's right. No ape lives forever, as far as I know. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's accurate.
Accurate. He's not the brightest one, is he?
No, I mean, he seems a smart fellow. Maybe a little literal sometimes, though. I don't
Okay, well, bring him up to speed, I guess.
Nothing goes over his head. He would catch it.
And with that, we will fade on this scene, and we're going to move the camera some ways beyond. In Quentin, I'd like you to sort of set the scene. So there has been metagame-wise a mechanical change in Quentin, but let's talk about how narratively and fictionally this might manifest as we get a scene between Michelle and Josh. Now, I'll have to say there was temptation not to message Josh during that scene and be like, can you have Sprout summon and have him interject himself into that trio and be like, hey, yo, what's all this fighting? No, but it's been a while since we've seen the guy. Yeah, so let's set up the scene between Quentin and Doliris. And the theme of the scene is Quentin's new groove. No, essentially, yeah, I think it might be the call of Black Razor or something like that. That's the theme for the scene.
Yeah, Quentin's having a passionate argument with his Dragontooth dagger and Sprout. And normally, Sprout's got that cheery little voice, but this seems much darker. Like there's some power behind it. And Quentin is expressing his displeasure at being a mere, puppeteer that he wants revenge for Renion's death. He's going to hunt down the killer, and he's having like a three-way argument with Sprout, the dagger, and himself. And as that's going on, the dagger then kills Sprout, and darkness pours out of him and goes into his right eye, and it leaves a mark on him so that his right eye, it's now completely solid black. The mark of the Black Razor, his warlock patron.
How do you respond to this, Delirious? Internal monologue, exterior screen.
What in the fuck? Quentin.
Delirious, I renegotiated my contract.
Do you require assistance?
No, I can see everything now. The path forward. There's going to be a lot of blood.
I realize I've been somewhat remiss of late. I don't think we ever got to talk about Renion.
That's right. Things have moved really fast since his passing.
And you know what a man does in the privacy of his own soul. You know, I can't judge there. Have you gotten a chance to grieve though, in any way?
I think I'm grieving right now, and I'm in the anger phase, and I've made some choices that are going to live with me a little bit while longer, but that seems to be the way I deal with things. Make a choice and then add on to it and keep moving forward. Don't look behind.
Okay. Are you at peace with where you are?
I think when I drive this dagger into the assassin that killed Renion, I might find peace that day, because I know that his soul will be with the Black Razor, consumed. How are you doing? How are you handling it?
Poorly, but I'll recover. I always do.
You know, I didn't realize until he was dead that I considered him a brother. He was like the surrogate family that I left behind. That's what I've been looking for this entire time. You know, the family to replace the one I lost. And now I lose the family again? No, people are going to die. They're going to die messy. And
I've been wondering for quite some time why you're here.
why I'm out adventuring?
Why you're here with us. You seem like you would normally prefer to go your own way, but you stuck with us.
Well, the thing is, if I was out on my own, I would be doing a lot worse things. I needed a group to act as a sort of moral compass, or otherwise I would be doing what I was doing in the past. And I probably would have been working for the Red Hand.
I guess we don't always see eye to eye. We're not so different, though, I suppose.
Different circumstances. You know, maybe if I grew up on the surface instead of down in Menzo Baronzon, you know, different environment.
I'm sorry that I can be hard on you sometimes. I don't mean to. It's sort of, I open my mouth and a mother comes out, you know. I don't actually.
Yeah,
I'm trying to work on that.
I appreciate it. That's why I'm here, because like I said, if not, things will get real messy and it would be a much darker path. But I think right now, with the Fane of Tiamat ahead of us and the dragon mask on my face, a bunch of familiars dancing at my puppet strings are not what we need. We need a blade, and we need carnage.
You might be right.
Well, look, I grabbed Renion's Ring of Freedom of Movement. Is that something you might be interested in? He wasn't going to be needing it. Where he's gone.
I think maybe you're better off with that one.
Okay. Just wanted to offer that up.
I know that you're older than me and you've seen things. But I know a lot about living with rage. And if this means anything to you, it's something you want to let go of, if you can.
The anger that I'm working through is the fact that we could have saved Renion, and he chose not to come back. So I'm wondering, what did we do that he didn't want to come back to join us?
Well, again, what a man does in the privacy of his soul is his business.
Deepest dice box.
Well, I hope you're preparing for Bope's eventual loss. I think it's just a matter of time until he's smashed like a little piece of glass.
That's going to hurt
Right.
less because honestly, we've been expecting it since day one, right? He's just so old. He's
True.
so
I mean,
old.
every morning before breakfast, I think.
Yeah, I still have the mirror. I mean, we haven't needed it in a while, but
It's true. It's true.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I've got some words for his ultimate demise, but with your backpack, make sure you don't put my portfolio of holding in it, or terrible things will happen.
Maybe you should just hold on to your portfolio then, and then
Oh, I do.
keep it separate. And
I'm just
so they
saying, like,
can't-
if I fall and you're like, hey, you pick up my stuff, like, I don't want to see you sucked into the astral plane.
that's the nicest thing I think you've ever said to me, Quentin.
Oh, thank you.
With that, we will fade on that scene. Good job, y'all. Nice little character interplay. It is at this point that the party has come to the foot of the steepest slope that you have trekked through at this point so far. The foot traffic through here is much lighter, or at least it's much more organized and orderly. Sand people travel single file to hide their numbers, but you can see the heavy footprints going up the cliffside, and it appears to go up so high that it kind of cuts off very, very sharply and abruptly to what could only be the entrance to the Fane. I need to know marching order, not because you're being attacked, but just it's good to know since you are approaching the Fane of Tiamat. So who leads the way?
Rangrim.
Rangrim.
The
Do
feeling
we
you
have a Rangrim token?
Oh,
Maybe
that
not
might be an
yet.
oversight.
We'll use the Rinian one. So
Blasphemy.
It's too soon.
it
too
is too
soon.
soon. Yes. And then who's in the rear, furthest behind?
Not it.
Hang on. I will have you something here in a second.
I'll do the back. Keep open the middle.
Yeah, I'll go in front of Quentin.
All right, then I'll be in front of Bope and ready to heal him if something terrible happens, since he's just so delicate now.
Alden in the middle.
I'll just be right behind Rand.
Are we in Scene Setter 3?
We may end up there. We'll see there just in case. If you are in Scene Setter 3, at this point, you hear a mighty call. Leave a tribute to the Lord of Dragons and be on your way, lest you are a friend of mine. It booms through the canyon. This is sounds like if a breath reacts, was taking human growth hormone or dragon growth hormone and doing some illegal EPO to keep his oxygen levels cheap for his cycling competitions. This is definitely like a performance enhanced dragon calling down unseen.
Taking that DGH. Got it. Yeah.
Yes.
I applaud that really in-depth metaphor.
I have a gift right here.
There will be Netflix documentaries on me. A 30 podcast series. Now, so he, at this point, he's calling down, and just there's this abrupt. So Rangrim calls out. He's like, "Whose voice is that?" Now, I'm going to give the Velkyn Weave a chance to decide if you want to do anything tactically. You'll have about 30 seconds before this individual re-engages you. They're a very long-lived creature, and so
I give them about 15 seconds before I do something.
okay.
I mean, we
Was
don't
that
even see
in-
anything yet? Right?
Was that
This is in common,
any accent, like Draconic or?
very clearly draconic,
Okay.
of the desert variety.
I mean, do we
Aha.
just leave a present or something and then just keep moving? I don't know if I have much I can give away.
Rangrim's
Better be
just kinda
worthy
like,
of a horde.
Worthy of a whole. He's still
Yeah.
talking to us. All right. Okay.
Do.
Got some good ears.
I'm going to call upon my dragon scholar background feat, and what placates a blue dragon? What are they like? Gems and stuff, and
They like gems, they like gold, they like precious magic items. Your feeling too is this is a dragon that is most likely probably had to associate with other dragons, so it wants to feel more dominant than the others. As Rangrim steps forward, he goes, one proceeds, but the others stay behind.
I mean, if they're
I got
talking,
a gem or something.
The reason it mentions that, he's listening and his ears are that good where he's like, only one proceeds.
don't insult him.
I'm not going to be robbed by a lizard.
Did you say a lizard or a blizzard?
Lizard.
Okay.
Shouted like blizzard.
Did the blue dragon's name that we had not encountered yet come up?
Tiragoon.
Tiragoon. I'll yell out in Draconic then. Tiragoon, the Magnificent. We are here to meet you at the gate of the Fane of Tiamat. I'll step up on a boulder or something nearby to add some height.
Yes. So, question, Quentin.
Yes.
You got your mask on you, or are you wearing it, or do you just have it on nearby?
It is pretty much always being worn. I haven't unattuned to it since.
Okay.
I'm still wearing the hobgoblin robes, so kind of showing a little
Hobgoblin
chest.
robes, and you're wearing the mask.
Correct.
It's there. So, all right, changes a few things. So I need to know if Rangrim is going to charge into combat, or if the dragon will be able to parlay with this dragon mask wearing hobgoblin.
I'm hearing them talking. I'm waiting.
Okay.
Because it sounds like they're having a discourse, and God forbid someone interrupts their discourse.
I know, right?
God's forbid.
Thought it was called Hackmaster, not Yakmaster, to throw back an old reference. But get on IRC if you want to talk. But that's an even older one.
That is an older one.
But
It's an older code, but it checks out.
So at this point, if we could bring up production, if we could bring up creature 2, so a large blue dragon, not as big as a breath reacts, but still very large, and it looks like swole. Like if dragons lifted, this dragon lifts, bro. And like he comes up and it kind of looks over the edge and says, "To whom do I have the opportunity to welcome to our domain?"
Quentin Hexblade, wielder of the blue dragon mask, leader of the Velkyn Weave.
The leader of the
What?
Velkyn Weave.
When I turn back, I wink at you guys.
No, it's fair.
Checks
I
out.
mean,
Yeah. Renion's dead.
It was
Time and-
Renian, so
I don't want the
He
job.
is-
time and a
he is
place. Now's not the time or the place.
The leader of the Velkyn Weave. Get 'em, boys. Roll initiative. Velkyn Weave. Come on, y'all. No. So, roll initiative. So you're
Quentin's bloodthirsty right now. He wants carnage.
yes.
He's looking for a
So-
fight.
So at that point, though, let's sort of modify this. So when he says "get 'em, boys," there is a change to the surroundings. All right, so it's going to be Scene Setter 3. That's essentially what we're using as the combat map. And there are some guests coming up the bottom of the hill. Is an individual you've seen before. It's Varanthian from the Ghost Lord's Lair, who was evicted at the time Boke made friends with the Ghost Lord, who kicked him out and he went back to the Red Hand. Ozyrindian, who knows Eldon by name, because he's been asking around, who was bested by Eldon at the Battle of Skull Gorge Bridge, flies up on the western side. On the eastern side, descending from on high, is Regriax, who had also gotten his, well, for lack of a better term, and part of my language, ass handed to him by the Velkyn Weave, and nearly died. And then lastly, filling up the entire screen, Tiragrun. Now, before we jump right into initiative, curious if there's anything Quentin is going to try before they jump into combat, because you have time to prepare. In fact, if you're going to cast any preparatory spells, everyone gets to do that before you roll initiative. So if you wanted to have mage armor up or something like that, or you wanted to have something else, that'll happen pre-initiative. But if Quentin can talk his way out of this, there will be no fighting.
Yeah, I mean,
I believe in you, Quentin.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, this could be a horrible combat, or it could be Quentin does the Quentin thing.
look, Tiragrun, you are ancient enough that I wasn't going to lie to you about our affiliation, and you've probably spoken with your compatriots here about our battle prowess. Do your words still stand? Are you willing to accept tribute for us passing unmolested?
I was hired to do one job, to watch the door, and secondary job to grow fat off of those I devour. With that said, what tribute have you to present? I may accept it. You are dressed appropriately, and I can always claim I was deceived. The other dragons are like, boo, thumbs down. He's like, shh, and they kind of like, eh. Yeah.
A rod of the Vonendad. The fire giants of the north were using it to rebuild a dragon slayer, the Vonendad.
The rod of the Vonendad. What else? That might give you entrance. I want to know about the others. It is a fascinating artifact from an ancient age. But I'm curious if there are other gifts that could be given. If not, you will have entrance. The others shall be eaten.
I pull
Or
out
they can
my.
turn face, but I don't want them to leave without them leaving tribute.
Pull out my medallion of Tiamat and just say,
Would you eat a fellow worshipper? I come to seek parley with Azar Cool.
Okay. Platinum horns. They haven't seen anyone that looks like you before. You are radiating pure evil that they can sense and detect through their magic. You also notice the blue dragon. Delirious would notice. He's holding something dainty in one of his hands. Looks like a little twig of some sort.
Does he have shillelagh too?
Ha ha! They have a shillelagh battle. So when they see Bope, handsome Bope, they're like, you have the medallion of Tiamat. They go, is he here for the ritual? Yeah, he'll gain admittance. Tiragroon's like, and the other dragons are like, yeah, we've never seen him before. Perhaps they converted the Velkyn Weave. Is that what happened?
Indeed.
VIP.
I will proffer my Staff of the Rose that I had until I acquired my new staff. This Staff of the Rose is a gift of the Fey Courts, and I plant it in the ground and it stays standing straight up.
I'm going to use my Helm of Telepathy. Contact Delirious. Hey, what do you think about giving him the Heward's Handy Haversack, and when he takes possession of it, I throw my little portfolio of holding into it. You have any love for that handy haversack?
Will we survive if you do that?
I have legendary resistances.
I mean, I don't know.
It's okay, I have a terrible idea.
So that's a yes? Okay.
We bring a gift. These droids, and 3PO and R2 go in. Damn. Protocol droids.
Oh, this is really a terrible idea, but
What you got?
Love it already.
my lords, do you know of Queen Sansuri?
You say that and all their blood starts to boil. Yes, we knocked her palace from the sky.
You did, but she's still,
She's not a queen.
storming around. She calls herself queen.
Storming around, good one. Hey, we like her.
I have here, and I pull out a crystal doorknob. I have here an artifact stolen from her palace before it crashed.
Engrim turns around. What?
I wink at Rengrim.
Make a deception roll.
Oh, I thought I was a little bit better at this.
You have all those inspirations.
You know what? I'm gonna use my auto-succeed inspiration.
Okay.
High stakes.
Crystale. High stakes. Now, it's kind of a versus roll, but I'm going to play ball since you have it. Fictionally, it's hard to pull it off. So they go, oh, really? Crystal doorknob, eh? A stolen artifact.
No, I didn't say what it was.
The
I
big
didn't name it.
A word. You have stolen a precious artifact from that trollop Sansuri. That ne'er do well. They're all, in fact, all the dragons are stumped trying to think of like put downs they can call her. That Mary Sue of a villain. Poorly written fanfic. A pale imitation.
Of who?
We're trying to figure it out. We're not good at this.
We'll get back to
Yeah, they all say in unison.
Delirious, don't show that to Tiergurden. You know what Sansuri said. She said that no way would he ever fight her, that he was too much of a coward, that he would never, show his face to her again.
But I believe in the underdog, and if this will be used to take revenge on her for all that she has done to wrong us, then
Are you
will
referring to
gladly...
me as the underdog?
Well, that's how she sees it.
How do you see it? She ain't here. He's like horribly offended too. He's almost like one of those like old former athletes. He's like, I won state in 1971.
There
were only 2 teams in the league, but I took state.
2 months ago, I would have said that she was the underdog, but she has recently upped her game.
She took a city without spilling any blood at all.
She lost 2 girlfriends in a month.
You say lost. She still has one of them.
She knows where they are.
Oh, there's more than one way to lose a woman, let me tell you. And then Turing goes on this like whole sob story about how he used to date another dragon, but she left him for a better dragon.
Look, I can help. I can help you with that. I know people.
It's okay.
So,
yeah. So you've kind of created it. So it's like, Staff of the Rose, the Rod of the Vodendad. That's a great one too. Bope gets a pass because they assume he is like some minor archdevil. Yeah, they're like, oh, great. Osmodius himself was summoned. We've never seen the man.
Shorter than I thought.
They're all little from up here. And then Doliris has currently deceived them, but they're kind of having a back and forth. What you've created is a conundrum. That's the way this success works. They have so many ways to detect magic. And they have so many ways to determine whether or not something is an artifact. However, you have intrigued them, and they don't think Doliris could tell a lie. You don't look the type.
They must not recognize my...
Nope.
No, the only T's we know around here are the Tiamats.
But I'm bummed.
You can almost audibly hear Rangrim's foot tapping.
Well, listen, she seemed to really like this thing. She was keeping it in like this little, like obsidian box with a velvet cushion. I almost took the box, but it was just too heavy. This seemed like the better prize. She probably wants it back.
And what do you have, small fry? They say to Rangrim. Do you speak ill of Sansuri? Do you have a major treasure for us that we might take and add to our hoard?
Telepathy to Ringgrim. Hey, I'm game if you want to dance
Static.
with these guys.
You get static back.
Okay.
What does that mean?
The only way to defeat a Metal Gear is with another Metal Gear. Sorry. There is. Rangrim, you sense something's coming on the horizon. You actually, there is a, the closest thing I can describe it to is like there's the dragon radar from Dragon Ball Z. There's like a beep that kind of beep pings in under like your senses. There's something on the horizon too, something that's not part of this mess.
Yes. The one that calls herself Queen. She has been stuck in that castle for far too long. Perhaps it was good that you knocked it out of the sky.
They high-talon each other. Yeah.
For to be a good archaeologist, you cannot stay locked in the library.
They're like confused. They're like philosopher.
Velociraptor.
No, he's back in Brindle.
Velociraptor and Sarvis come charging up the hill. We've made it!
Ha!
Backup has arrived. We're saved.
Shout out to Sarvis. Use promo code Velkyn Weave on sarvith.com to get a discount. Sarvith.
So you have done a good deed. I hope that makes you feel good.
No, we feel evil. Hey!
Well, by causing someone to grow as a person, is it really evil?
They're like dumbfounded. They're like, we don't like these moral dilemmas, these philosophical ponderings. We live many years, and all they're trouble. They're like, so what gift do you give us?
The gift of self-awareness.
I have little on me but what you can see. Perhaps a contest.
We don't listen. You go out and kill a few dragons and come back here, and we might consider a contest. What sort of contest do you have in mind? And if this is the old guess what flavor wine, and you smuggle us a bottle of polymorph, and they all kind of like look at Quentin and then look back at Ringrim, your reputations precede you. In my head canon, Quentin did something like that before.
It sounds like something he would do.
Or at least he told people he did something like that,
Yeah.
and word got around.
It was probably the Nimbus.
There's a purple worm, but anyway.
What contest?
Well, be you the asker, I would request you can select, and we shall meet it.
Sure. They think about it because it doesn't really seem very fair to them. They're like, traditionally what we'd do is we'd ask you to remove your weapon, remove your armor, and you'd face us in one-on-one combat. But since you're small and squishy with your soft skin, it doesn't seem very fair. Perhaps we're not going to do a riddle contest, and we're not going to do a cook-off. How about this? You impress Varanthian, and they kind of all look down at the Bahir, who's down at the bottom, who's just like, these dragons are so effing dumb. They're so dumb. They're sitting here talking with these people all day long. Don't they know Quentin, leader of the Velkyn Weave, like killed a Brithriax, and or it was Renyen. When in fact, where is Renyen? This is weird.
Thank you.
Yeah, they go, if you can find a way to impress Varanthian, and Varanthian is pleased with you, we'll give you all entrance, and we'll let you keep your magic items. This ought to be good. They kind of like sit back, and Varanthian's like, ha 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 ha.
So looking up at the blue dragon. So whatever he wants to be impressed by.
Varanthian speaks up. I'm a lady. Yeah, she's a lady.
Whatever
He's a lady.
she wishes to be impressed by.
Yes, because her tastes are strange to us. And she like kind of like narrows her eyes up at the other idiots with like their 22 intelligences, their plus 15 saving throws. It's just kind of like, aha. Yeah.
Okay.
So she kind of looks up. She is the Fiend Bahir. You've the Velkyn We've met her once before in the Lion Stone Palace in the Thornwace.
Shh. Ringrim has no idea about any of that.
No, none of that.
All right, Lady Vathir. Venthyr?
Varanthian the Bahir.
Varanthian. Wow, I mixed two things together. Oof. What is it that you want to be impressed by?
She thinks about it.
Is she within 60 feet? Because I will try to read her mind. Surface thoughts.
She can be within 60 feet of you. Her whole thing is, she's sniffing. She's like, these idiots don't smell that another dragon is coming in.
Do you wish that I smite one of them?
Ooh,
Moat one of them?
ooh. She says, Slay the little one and bring its head to me. That would be Regriax, the black one.
Oh, Verenthian smells another dragon coming in. Sheriff Eldon and Delirious as well.
Pops his head. All right, he turns to the black dragon. You heard it, lady. Get down here.
The dragon says, "You come up here," as he's floating at the cliffside. It's like, this sucks. At about this point, there's a shadow that kind of passes over everyone. And you see large wings over, are essentially silhouetted by the sun. Regriax is kind of being taunted by the other dragons in the Bahir at this point. And a familiar friend shows up, who flies in as well.
Is it the flying
Tegalos.
disaster?
Yes. And he's like, "I would not forsake my friends when the fight of their lives is upon them." As he just comes in, and he's ordering the other dragons to stand down and let them through. They all snarl. They hate this. Now, you may have had things under control. However, there was a ticking clock, and Fegalos did not want the Velkyn Weave, knowing very well what awaited for you at death's door, to be left alone. And he is in full form, fully healed from any wounds he had from Sansuri.
Oh.
Looking sharp.
Kick a rock. Oh, one could have taken him.
I know you could have, Frank.
At this point, let's roll some initiative, unless Quentin has one last pass. They're willing to let Quentin through, and they're willing to let both through. You could scramble and try to get to the door and get in. Fegalos says he will fight all of them if he has to, but he may die in the process.
Unless Quentin says something, Bope will.
Let Bope say something.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not what you think. Just gonna call out. So you seem to have
to the
failed at your task. If you want to befall the same fate as your red brethren, you will stay and die. Leave now. Can I roll intimidation?
You're saying that to Fegalos or the other dragons?
For the dragons.
Yeah, you can roll intimidation. This, there's a couple ways. Yeah, you can roll intimidation. This is essentially the equivalent of like a command.
Only 16. I was looking. I have advantage on intimidation, but it's only against non-evil creatures.
Bope, you have a thing.
Oh
Tyrigu.
yeah. This is the time to use my inspiration. Certainly.
No. That's not what I was talking about. You have the other thing.
Against evil creatures.
You mean dominate monster that they can auto resist?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, believe me, that I really want to. It would have been so beautiful in this situation to have one of them under my control.
In this
But
situation,
dragons are so spicy.
well, in this situation with these dragons and their stat blocks for this encounter, if we're gonna play the meta game, they really can't. They have to make saves. They don't have any legendary
don't have,
resistance. No, because I can't throw 5 dragons at you with legendary resistance. When they were in their lairs, they got cool abilities.
Okay.
Technically, their lairs are at the top of the hill, but
I would love to try to cast Command Evil.
well, here's how
on-
it works. You got
Okay.
a 16 to intimidate Tiragrun. He goes, "I leave, but I take the bronze one with me." And Felgalos and Tiragrun are going to get into a fight. Felgalos is bigger and stronger, it looks like, as they dive into it. You are going to dominate monster as well. Which one? Regriax, Ozyrindian, or Veranthian?
I think Azarendian seems like maybe the biggest threat right now.
So yeah, you have a green dragon, Bahir, and black dragon. So if you want to throw it on Ozyrindian, is this a save they need to make? It's a dominate monster, correct? Or is it a command? You have two
It
of
is a
them.
DC 18. Well, it's called Command Evil. While in the Tune to the Book, I can use my action to cast Dominate Monster on an evil target with a save of DC 18.
What type of save?
Wisdom save.
12. Ozyrindian is under your control. The boat clock
Oh,
ticks
wow.
one more. And Ozyrindian, what are you going to command him to do? He is now under your control.
I want him to
These guys are
grapple
going to get into it over here.
tackle the. Can Behirs fly? I saw it has a lot of legs,
No,
but it doesn't.
They got
fly,
a lot
right?
of legs. That's why he's running up the
Okay,
hill.
no, he's gonna tackle the other dragon, the Regriax. So
All
just
right,
trying
this
to
is
like
gonna be
wrestle him to the
interesting.
ground.
Yeah, so this is fun. I get to do like opposed dragon athletics checks.
Dragon.
So, they're all pretty. Woof. He's got him. So
All right.
grapples and kind of comes down. They smash over here. Regriax is just like letting out acid breath, and meanwhile, Ozyrindian is just like spewing horrible poison cloud into Regriax's face.
That's not that-
Varanthian at this point is going to make his way up and
or way.
yeah, let's get an initiative now. So essentially, for the purpose of this combat, y'all are above. The Fane entrance to the Fane is at the top of the hill. And that actually takes us to combat map 1. We're actually on the outside of it. But you would have to get up there, and there's a chance that Varanthian catches you or fights you or does other things, because Varanthian's awful. So let's roll initiative, and for the purpose of this fight, thanks to Boat's ingenuity and Quentin buying them time, Tiragroon, the most powerful of them, is going to have to deal with Thegalas. Ozyrindian and Regriax are going to be fighting each other until they come out from under Boat's control. And that just leaves the Behir, which is still a horrible creature to have
Yeah.
to face. So, let's roll some initiative and get some initiative.
Got myself a dirty 20.
20 as well.
14.
8.
18.
What did you get, Corey?
8.
Ah,
Yeah.
well,
A noble 8.
you go after the Behir, but I believe everyone else goes before, so...
Nice.
For the purpose of this, let's do Rangrim, Quentin, Boat, Doliris, Varanthian, and then it'll be Eldon.
The green and the black are fighting. The blue and the bronze are fighting, and then we just got old girl down there.
Yeah. They called me Lord. I'm a lady. So
I said old girl.
I know, but earlier with she got called a lord at the beginning. I was going to have her make a stink and be like, "What? How dare you?" Yeah. So for the purpose of combat, the Behir is the one that is most easily engaged because it's not flying off the cliffside. If you fall off the cliff, it's at least a 60-foot drop. Sometimes more.
Noted.
Yikes.
All right, so let me know what you got.
Are we waiting on?
This Jeff.
Rangrim gets to go first.
Well, I will reach the one that is the easiest for me then, since I am ground bound, and I will take a flying jump off this cliff and
Yes.
down upon her.
Good. Totally
like
can
some-
do that.
Do you like some athletics?
Yeah. Yeah, making athletics.
25.
You're good enough. Yeah. So you're
That's good.
Yep.
Suppose it's good enough.
you are now with the Bahir. Make your attacks.
Vault off the cliffside.
Myself. Oh, all right. Let's see. You should have picked something easier, lady. Do giants. Bonus action, giants might as I'm flying in midair, hulking out, and then coming down hard with several runes flashing into existence. First, these. Oh no, that's a bonus action as well. So actually, I don't grow yet. Don't grow yet.
Don't grow.
Instead, you see a rune in a hill shape on the side of the armor light into existence, and a faint shimmer around all of the armor lights up as Rengrim lanes in to the first attack with a 24 to hit.
A 24 will hit.
All right. God, so many dice. This is not a dragon, right?
Not a dragon.
Right, so regular stuff. Also not a wyvern, right? This is something entirely different. Okay.
Completely different. They murder dragons and wyverns.
That's what I thought. Which is why having her here is weird. So, for 13 magical bludgeoning damage on the first hit.
Yeah, it's interesting the way they describe it in the book too. They're like, now none of the dragons' lairs are next to Varanthians because they really don't get along. And it's like, all right. They're like, yeah.
Can't imagine
All right.
why.
Yeah,
Second attack. A 22 to hit
that'll hit.
for another 16 magical bludgeoning damage.
You got it.
And because why not, we will action surge and attack a third time.
Woo!
25 to hit
That'll hit.
for another 13 magical bludgeoning damage. Thunk, thunk, thunk.
All right. Let me subtract that.
I don't get that because she's bigger than me right now. Or 2 sizes bigger than me. Okay.
With that, Quentin, you are up.
I bonus action quaff one of the potions of flying that we picked up just a little while ago and launch myself kind of 30 feet into the air. And I'm trying to remember the shape of the lightning blast that she let out last time so that I'm not positioning myself.
Oh, you know it's a line.
Okay. So let me get
She also had you in a narrow corridor.
Oh, wow. I'm way up.
I had you fly up 30 feet. I just
Oh, okay.
figured have you fly up the cliffside.
That works. I still need to be at some point within 30 feet of her, and I yell in Draconic, the joke's on you. You're not fighting the Velkyn Weave. You're fighting the Nimbus. And I am letting a Tasha's hideous laughter go on her.
All right.
It's a DC 16 wisdom save.
DC 16 wisdom. She fails.
Nice.
All right. So she is prone. Let's see. At the end of each of its turn, it takes, or when it takes damage, it can make another wisdom save. Yeah.
Nimbus. All right.
Funny word, Nimbus.
Yeah.
It's not what he says, it's how he says it, or she says. Anything else?
I'm out of actions.
Okay. with that, Bope, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to step forward, and so she is laughing on the cliffside ground, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to get too close. Can I see her from where I am, or do I need to probably walk to the cliff?
You can probably see her. She's really big.
Okay, all right. I'm going to hold my turn until, or can I hold my action until after her turn, and then throw some scorching rays into her prone. Wait, no, it's disadvantage when they're prone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That changes that. You know what? I think it had multi-attack, right? Let's cast slow.
Oh.
All right.
Nice.
Is that
It's
another
a wisdom DC 18.
wisdom DC 18?
Gonna roll
She's
well one of these.
stands no chance. She fails. She's now
Wow.
slowed.
We're off to a great start, you guys.
You are. You got a dragon. You dominated some monsters. You kicked that Bope clock to darn near Vecna returning to the Forgotten Realms.
Oh boy.
Wait, that's bad.
That's really bad.
Very bad. Your next campaign arc is going to be die Vecna die.
That's good. I'll back up. So.
No, you're good. And with that, Deliris.
Well, I was gonna cast Bane, but it doesn't looks like nobody needs it. Has anybody injured it yet? Injured her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hit.
All right. Timora withdraws her blessing. Dong. Toll of the Dead, DC 17 Wisdom save, please. This is gonna be the one she hits.
No, she fails. Now she's taking damage. Does that end Tasha's?
He has to remake the save.
Toll the Dead? That was a Xanathar spell.
No, he's
No.
the hideous laughter.
He gets to
Oh.
redo the save.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's not a great roll. She takes 9 negative energy damage. Necrotic.
Necrotic.
9
Negative
necrotic damage.
energy damage. So when she takes damage, she loses 9 HP. Necrotic damage, which in her case, because she is a special creature, I still think, necrotic damage does full damage to her. So she has like 2 full immunities and a bunch of resistances because she's also half fiend.
But
Unfortunately, y'all don't hit her with those damage types. You hit her with the good old-fashioned murder types. Yes. Now, she did get a 21 to make her save when she took damage. Does that...
Then let's see when she takes damage. Yeah, so it's done on her.
All right.
So it's a stand up.
Okay. And with that, it is now her turn. She is lumped up. She's damaged. She is technically prone.
And slowed.
And slowed. So she is going to use her lightning breath ability. It would not be able to hit. Essentially, the 2 people she can technically hit are, I think, Eldon and Rangrim. Those are the 2.
How's she hitting?
Because
Okay.
I can draw a line from her head to him, I think. Unless he's more than... Is he more than 5? I'm sorry, my monitor's far away. I think she can do it on 5 squares, and she can do it on any point. It doesn't have to be snapped to the grid.
Well, if anything, I would say that Eldon would be the one that hasn't peeked over the cliffside.
Yes, but we ruled... we ruled that Bope could see him. And if Bope
Oh.
could see him, then
Okay.
Eldon could.
That works.
Yeah, it's an abstract, unfortunately.
What it is?
So we need a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
I think I'll burn an inspo to try that again.
Good.
Might want to.
Yeah, 19. But I
19
did.
makes it.
Dex 17.
You both make it. It's 72 points of damage halved.
Oh,
She
I'm
uses half
saying-
her movement to stand.
And
Saying that would've killed me,
that's not
But
a
it would have hurt a
spell.
lot.
It's like breath attack.
Yeah. And with that, that's her turn. It is now Eldon's turn.
Goodness, that hurt. Okay.
Why does it got to be the one that's not actually a dragon?
Right?
Because I totally thought he was going to dominate Varanthian, and she was going to be like, dragons! And she was going to throw her body off the cliff and latch onto one or two.
I don't actually know anything about Behirs, so I didn't know
It's
they were
fair.
mortal enemies.
It's fair. They're all tough. Like, Ozyrindian's beating the snot out of Regriax right now, and Fegalos has just about got Tiragrun's screaming uncle. However, you do see Tiragrun fumbling around with what looks like a twig in one hand while getting worked over by Fegalos.
Okay, I am gonna cast Conjure Animals. I would like 2 CR1 beasts. Would be my what I'm shooting for.
A couple of Hell Whips come out.
Oh, God.
CR1 Hell Whip.
They're back. And summon them down there at the bottom of the cliff. Well, not the bottom, but down there with.
Varanthian.
Good, why? I've been infected. Yes, down there with Varanthian to charge Varanthian and stomp her.
All right. So,
Their attacks count as magical.
yes, this is good to know. So, they are going to, let's roll to see if they hit. I'm going to roll for them. I've got some
Go for it.
CR1 Hell Whips down here.
Yep.
Okay, the second one hits, and hits for 17 points of damage.
Oh.
That's
That's
a
really good for a
big
super
hit.
one creature against Varanthian.
Magical.
Don't make me
damage.
check how many dice I rolled. I rolled double dice. All right, so let's do this. It's gonna be 9 points of damage. Boom.
Aww.
Good. I mean,
It's fine.
Seem more likely.
Yeah, I was like, that's a heck of a hit. That's like a great sword and a high strength modifier and doing max damage.
Like a mammoth.
Like a mammoth.
Trample attack.
Anything
One day,
else?
I will then cast Shillelagh on my staff and wait. I'm just gonna hang tight right there.
When-
Scoot over just a little bit.
Yeah. When does Varanthian get to make a save to see if she unslows, or does she?
Oh, I'm sorry. At the end of her turn. Oh, my bad.
Okay, but it's like a DC 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
She might not. That's a high save for a little. But here, nope, she's still slowed.
Whew.
She got an 11.
Oh, yeah,
with a high
her-
modifier.
AC is -2.
That's good. Good to know. At this point, Tiragrun is launching a fireball from his wand
Uh-oh.
in between the party up here. So it's going to be centered on essentially the square. So it might hit Eldon. Quentin's in the air. Quentin won't get hit. But Bope and Delirus need to make some saving throws. Dexterity.
Okay. Yay. 16?
18.
Nat 20,
18 works.
22.
All right. So let's do this. I'm going to roll the damage and D&D Beyond.
Little stick was a wand of fireballs.
At least
You
it
all-
wasn't
yeah.
the wand of dominate monster.
This is my arrow of Quentin slaying. All right.
mean,
You all made your saves, by the way.
Oh,
Hey!
So you're gonna have 35 points of damage.
And then double it.
Half of 30.
Oh no, because you're both.
Yeah, so oh, we didn't heal from the last fight? Okay, I'm down.
Pope's down.
Yeah,
I've not healed since the hobgoblins. No.
that was unfortunate.
They were relatively easy, all things considered, but they had a couple of them that could dish out some damage.
Yeah. I thought 68 points was safe. Wait, 35 was already half?
No,
35 was.
Oh.
35 total. So you would just
Oh,
take 35
no.
points of damage.
Oh, okay. I'm stupid.
What about
You
the?
would take straight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hurt
At-
though.
At that point, you see the arm that cast it, like the forearm get bent back, and you hear a snap as Fogelus snaps it, and is working to like get that wand from him. Yeah, it's a gross dragon grappling matchup there.
Brutal. Get him the
And-
chair.
The
Yeah.
chair.
Oh my God, he broke him in half. Sorry. So, old JR, buy my barbecue.
Old JR.
And with that, I think this is a good place to take our first
Woof.
break for the evening, as this battle is raging on with the Velkyn Weave. Let us jump into. Do we have any mid-show announcements? So don't forget to ask character questions by typing question in all caps in chat, followed by your question, and which character it's directed to. We'll answer 2 or 3 questions as they come in. Josh, what can you tell us by the way of Patreon?
Well, I'm glad you're asking. The Games Tavern Patreon is a great way to support the show and to get useful perks and awesome content back. Just check and go to patreon.com/thegamestavern and get your hands on the amazing content. Now, some recognition is due for our regular Patreon supporters, Madith Productions, Michael B., and Christopher D. Thank you all for your patronage and support.
We are having a giveaway tonight. You saw it in chat. Please type !epic in the Twitch chat to enter the raffle for the Epic Character Generator, so you can create realistic avatars of your characters from Overhead Games.
And with that,
We'll be back.
we'll be
See you in a
back.
bit.
Hey.
Hey, it's Reed from the Tavern Happy Hour. Take a look at some of these cool faces that you're going to see, because there's some of the people we've already interviewed, and we've got a whole lot more coming up. They're tabletop gaming streamers, game developers, game designers, artists, and more. If they're in the tabletop space, we're probably going to talk to them at the interview table at some point. In addition to that, we also do tabletop game reviews, as well as accessory reviews, models, miniatures, unboxings, you name it. Plus, every week we provide you with the latest news and new releases in the tabletop gaming space. If it's involved with tabletop gaming, chances are we're going to cover it. You can see this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/thegamestavern on Twitch. And also, you can check us out on YouTube just by searching YouTube for The Games Tavern. We'll see you next week at The Games Tavern.
Have you ever needed quality images of characters for your games or stories, but couldn't find the time or assets to create them? Epic Character Generator comes to your rescue with lots of features. After launching the program, you can select a base character to start working on. Just pick a wardrobe and begin customizing it. At any time, you can jump to the settings to turn other packs on and use their content on your character too. There are certain items which not always fit together nicely. You can use the toggle feature to decide whether these items should be on top or on the bottom. You can use the coloring tool to give your items a unique look. A few items can deform the base body in a minor way, and others can make huge changes. How about moving around some decorations in the background? Or even the whole character to find the perfect composition? You can save your character as a data file and load it back later to continue editing it. You can export your character as a PNG image with a background selected from the program, or choose a transparent one. You can use it later in any environment. So, have you crafted your first character already? Epic Character Generator, now available on Android.
Welcome back again. Raingrim's back. Tell a friend. All right, so we do have a question, and I have a question for Raingrim. How many more hits before this Be Here goes down, do you think?
Hits to the center of the here pop.
I was gonna make a joke about 1, 2, 3, but
Can't get to the center without smiting. Ask.
at least 2 more
Never
rounds.
could get to the center without smiting.
All right. Alrighty then. So we'll see how it happens. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are in the thick of combat. as dragons are fighting. Can we get a quick status check? Now, if you're watching on Twitch, you can just use that D&D Beyond extension to see people's hit points. But how are how's the party doing? Everyone, give me a quick status update. Quentin, how you doing health wise?
Full health, because last time we short rested, I healed up with all my hit dice.
Bope.
33, which is really only like 15 since I'm vulnerable to everything.
Rangrim?
Just under 60%.
Deliris?
Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape.
I've been doing well. I've been taking care of myself, staying out of harm's way. Really, it comes down to tactical positioning on the grid, if you ask me. No, it's like, well, by not moving in combat, you may have helped yourself there. And then Eldon?
I'm hurting. I'm probably under 30% right now.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right.
Lightning breath and a fireball. It's not good.
All right. No, that's a lot of save versus damages.
Even with making the saves.
With that said, we come to Rangrim's turn, and it'll go Rangrim then Quentin, just so you know, sort of the order, followed by Bo.
Okay.
Corinthian the Slow sits before you. Corinthian did get up from being prone.
Concentration check on slow. Natural 20.
Nice.
Woo!
Good time for it. Because I think I needed a high number to beat that.
16? 17?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
35.
17.
18.
Round down.
Round down. 17. Yes. All right. So Rangrim, after having bladed to her 3 times and seen the magic come in and smacking her and laying her down, will grip his hammer just a little tighter as he activates the giant might rune and grows to administer yet another hammer blow to her, hitting with a 28.
That's you don't even have a belt of giant might anymore, but you hit with the 28.
Well struck.
Did she actually get back up?
Yes.
Okay.
She didn't move anywhere.
I'm gonna make Rangrim bigger.
So for that is how is dice? 16 magical bludgeoning damage. As he then goes for the second strike. Only getting a 15 that time.
-2 to AC.
Yep, counting
Only
that.
getting a 15. Yeah, but 15 will hit. Or
Yeah.
she only has an AC of 17.
Ooh, nice.
Slow was clutch.
Clutch.
Go.
For another 12 magical bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to... Oh, we're not close to the edge. Oh, well. I could have punted her off.
This is
Rangrim.
All right. Anything else? If not, Quentin's on deck.
No, that's it.
So I'm kind of floating overhead, and I'm going to drop down next to her and draw out the great sword of wounding that was used to kill Renyan and has now become my packed weapon. So I'm going to try
Terrifying.
and lay into her. Rolling a D&D Beyond. That is a 23 to hit for...
That does it.
Yeah, 15 magical slashing, and then any necrotic. You said that did it, or to hit?
Necrotic hurts her.
Well, it's 15 magical slashing, and then what is the?
It's like 1d4 necrotic.
Yeah. 3 necrotic.
Trust me, there's many times I had to calculate that die. It was very important.
And that was attack number 1. Let's do attack number 2 then.
She's like, please, someone come make him DC 15 medicine
Thank
check
you,
on
Black
me to
Razor.
stop the necrosis.
28 to hit for 13 more magical slashing, and is that 1 more necrotic, or is that only once per turn? Once per turn. So 13 magical slashing.
All right.
And then I will bonus action.
I think it's once per turn. It's at the start of his initiative. She takes damage.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Happens
will
every round, though.
Until
bonus
she
action
saves it.
and fly 30 feet
All right,
away.
is it until she saves it, or someone makes a medicine check to stop it?
Both.
Wow. I hope she makes a save.
No, I mean, well, either or. Like, you can do either con save it or you wisdom medicine save it.
Yeah, she stands a decent chance to do one or the other. All right. If nothing else,
I basically fly 30 feet back up. I don't think she's taking reactions because she's slowed, so.
she cannot.
All right.
Going to lean over the edge and say, ooh, okay.
This is a nice little rematch for the Velkyn Weave. She killed that nice monk that you
She
had to bring
did.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Did kill the monk that I brought back, and she still died.
No.
It is a 4 plus 10. Is still 1 short.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, that was on my cantrip, grasping hand, or whatever it's called.
Okay.
The ghost hand.
Ghost hand.
Lich slap.
Lich slap. And then I am going to move in such a way that I am not close to the others for fireball.
All right. That fireball can't happen again because the arm with the wand got snapped, and the wand was being removed by old crotchety up there.
My
Yeah,
roomy eyes
fabulous.
can't tell that.
It's fair.
Your David Hasselhoff eyes can't tell that.
It's a mix, you know?
Delirious, you're
comes
up.
in,
They
comes
have
in
the,
waves,
the
right?
striking blue, but there's still like cataracts over them.
Let's. No, you know what? We're gonna shoot her with the crossbow. God help us. Here's my attack. That is a 15.
That hits.
Sweet. Ooh, I rolled well. Okay, so that's 9 regular damage. 9 piercing damage and 2 poison damage, which you probably.
She's immune to poison, but describe how, with your crossbow, Delirious, you slay Varanthian.
Huzzah!
So I take aim with the crossbow, and I'm looking down the sights into her eye, and I see the pale face of the monk she killed that I brought back, but in vain. And it tunks right into the Behir's eye. She collapses.
Slumps over in a pile of Behir.
That was 3 turns.
Hey.
3 turns worth of attacks.
That's what I figured.
Since boat missed. Sorry.
At this point, now, Bope, how long is your SpongeBob maneuver going to work on Ozzy Rindian?
Yeah, that's the problem. So they I can use my action to take control, and okay, every time they take damage. Oh, I thought it was from from us. No, every
So
time
we'll
they take
do it
damage,
now.
you have to make a new saving throw.
And it's DC 18 saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Oakley dokley. Wisdom?
Yeah.
Still under your control.
Oh.
Woo!
Roll that like 5 more times. No, I'm just kidding.
So Ozzy Rindian calls out to Bope, speaking in Draconic. Where to, my lord?
Oh, did he finish off Reg React?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Whoa.
Reg Reacts was a little shit.
Now, Ozyrindian looks torn open, bleeding. He has sustained damage, but he finished off the other. Just as Tiragroon's lifeless corpse drops and falls, splattering.
Ooh.
Felgalus is also in bad shape and is looking over at Ozyrindian like, I might have to take care of that.
They're like, everybody stand down. Azurandian has had a change of heart, at least until they have a change of heart again.
Spell concentration? No.
So concentration by the book, we decided was
Okay.
at least with the other concentration spells by the book, right? This is my first
Fair.
time.
Yeah, it's one of those strange things. So Ozyrindian will either go to his lair and hole up, or you can send Ozyrindian someplace else, and he will go for the duration of the spell. You can tell him though, go guard Skull Gorge Bridge. All right, it's not there. Someone blew it up.
Oops.
Or
So I'm gonna say sit tight, and I'm gonna motion Quentin and Eldon and Delirious around and be like, okay, so I've got him under my control for a little bit of time. Do we want to use that to our advantage, or do we want to make him just run away and get out of here? There seems to be a theme of things coming back to haunt us if we don't take care of them.
We killed him.
Okay, no,
Like, you should make a
first we ask him where his lair is, then we send him to go join Felgalos in his fight.
I mean, Thelgalos is pretty much done fighting. He took out.
Felgalos took out Tiragroon.
Oh,
It was an awful fight, and Tiragroon hurt him, but Felgalos was much stronger.
If we don't
Older
kill him,
too.
he could come back to haunt us.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
to die.
Oh, okay. You guys do agree. Okay.
Yeah,
First, ask him where his lair is.
Azurandian, come here. Okay. Now grovel.
No.
I use my action to take utter control over him, and he grovels.
He drops to the ground and is groveling like a little kobold. Please.
I'm looking at Eldon like,
Felgalos sees this and kind of looks at old Hornhead down there like, I know what it's like to be enslaved by another person. Judging.
I don't know how this works. If I have access to his, can I command him using the magic to tell us where his lair is?
Yes. It's like 20 feet up the hill. We all have layers up there, and the dragon's layers.
Okay. What's the best treasure you have in your hoard?
We've got a crap ton of treasure, and the
Okay.
game master would need to look at the list.
I just realized that. Like, that's not fair. Okay.
Brand has a
any traps?
job. Don't do that to him.
They have a lot of treasure up there. They got a lot of cool stuff.
Tell us about the traps. What do we need to avoid? What?
The door is awful.
Ooh, how so?
Actually, the treasure y'all get a roll on tables according to the conversion notes.
ooh.
All right.
Always fun.
so
Yes.
what was that about the door?
The door is trapped by a horrible curse. Only those who know the command word could get it to open. I didn't think y'all would actually have a dragon that knew the command word.
And what, pray tell, is this command word?
What? Pray tell.
You shake and shake the Tiamat bottle, none'll come and then a lot'll. Yeah.
Somebody
let
write
me-
that down.
Yeah.
No.
I refuse.
All right.
Checks out.
Yes, there is a code. It's a little long-winded, and this text is small. Da, 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 da. The trapdoor. Da, 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 da. That
Hope takes out
Tiamat
a
trap
carrot.
is awful.
Trapdoor, the
Starts
trapdoor.
eating. absolutely
Yeah,
everything.
I see the trapdoor, and then there's some stupid phrase y'all gotta say. Hail Tiamat, devourer of worlds and scourge of hell. I'll paste
Well,
Just
there
said.
was like
But you must say it in infernal. Fane Tiamat.
Yes. I know infernal. You don't need to spell it out for me. Turn to Quentin. Well, there's like a 50% chance we were going to try that anyway, right?
I mean, I guess if I were a goddess, I could make my secret passwords just praises of me. Sure.
Is that it? Just the one sentence? Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Well, you don't want to, because they have to say it every time they go in, right? You don't want to be too cumbersome.
Yes, but she's a goddess. I don't think she cares.
Goddess.
Okay, so any other questions? Rengi, you got any questions?
Rangy.
I don't think you should call him that, Bo. I don't.
Just throwing spaghetti at a wall, see what sticks.
Is there a quick way to the Queen's lair?
That is an excellent question. We normally don't go into the Fane. However,
Size concerns. Yeah.
he sort of looks, he goes, if you go below, you should be able to into the lower Fane through the temple. You should be able to pass through the room with the altar and make way for the secret shrine. And there you should be able to find the altar. And the secret shrine, the altar. So you must go straight through beyond the doors and make your way down. However, it is filled with fearsome fiends and creatures from beyond, far worse than the hobgoblins that occasionally come in and out.
Are there any other dragon mask wearers inside?
There were, but they used their masks to open the door to the deeper domains. For there are many locks. The mask is the key to the deeper realms.
Ozzy, buddy, do you have a humanoid form?
No.
Yeah, that's too bad. Would have made a really good.
Why is that too bad? He says judgmentally. Are you saying there's dragons that can turn into people? Meanwhile, Fegalos is over there. It's like, ha ha! I'm a trash boy again. He's like, hey, Eldon, remember when you summoned like a little me? That was awesome. You should do that more.
Good idea. It's kind of a crapshoot every time, Just
you're lucky.
I was.
Muttered to Quentin. Never had a dragon zombie before. It would have been pretty cool.
I don't know. He's not very smart. Hey, Ozzy, and I show the dragon tooth dagger, which is a green dragon tooth. Do you know who this came from?
No. Is it one of his teeth? No.
I don't know. I actually don't have the
I'm a
origin of it.
dragon, not a dentist, Quentin.
Damn it, Jim.
One dragon, not a dentist.
Yeah,
Oh.
he
But what's the plan?
Well, I think we got all the information we need. And I take control of him again, and he just lies down with his neck exposed.
Oh, this feels wrong. Like, I know we got to do it, but
I don't want to get
Fegalos
poisoned
kinda looks-
again.
No, Redgrim's already swinging.
make it.
all right. With
Swing
that,
away, Merle.
Ozzy, swing away, Merle. And water kills Ozzy Rendian. No, sorry, this is a throwback to a movie. Yeah, Ozzy Rendian is slain by Raingrim. Fegalos at this point says, "My work here with the Velkyn Weave is done for now, but be careful. The Queen of Dragons very well may be beyond. I don't know, but I sense a great evil within. And at the top, you see looming, there are these giant 5 stone dragon heads coming out from a door.
Is it
that
the
is
Great
the
Stone Dragon?
No.
Aww.
I am the Great Stone Dragon.
There's been a lot of those
Go on.
references.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good one. But at this point, yeah, you are free to make your way to the Fane.
You
I'm
got
gonna
it.
give Thelgalus a little fist bump before he leaves.
He gives you one too. As
Oh
he's
God.
Yeah. And with that, we can move to combat map 1. I'm placing tokens on there. Marching order's not too important right now. And you see at the top of the hill, beyond where the dragons were defending, there is a cave with many hordes in it. And at this point, we're going to do some rolling. We're actually going to roll on 2 tables, for the dragons have been defeated. My mouse. Okay. So I'm using a Razer mouse, and it has this button on it that if I tap it, it increases the mouse sensitivity from like 4,000 to 20,000 DPI. And I was just like, my pointer, it's gone.
I've got the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, my pointer. So let's roll on some treasure tables.
As we move into the lair, Rangrim looks around. I look around. Perhaps we should lay up for one last night. We are going to need everything that we can to go into this deep.
Yes,
place.
you're probably right.
Secure
get a
the treasure
long rest.
first, and then I'll recover that wand of fireballs as well.
No, Fegalos took it.
That bastard. Okay.
He's
Fair enough.
like, I've got a plan to use
Spoils
this.
of war.
He's just going to gamble it away, but okay.
Flying disaster. With
You
a
can
wand of
imagine how
fireballs.
horrible that fight is without
Could go
a
wrong.
dragon
Yes.
friend.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, all the dragons are there, and they just kind of stay off the cliff using the wand of fireballs and their breath weapons. It's like, that sucks.
I believe that's called a
Yeah.
kill box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So here's how we're gonna do this. So first things first, Quentin, give me a 66 and times it times 100.
66.
Yes.
D&D Beyond. Oh, it's all horrible. 1,700.
1,700 copper pieces.
Yeah.
We'll be able to
You
trade
got
him to a bunch
17
of-
out of 66.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it's about average.
let's not use D&D. It's a silly place.
It's just a silly place.
All right. Vote. Give me 3d6 times 100.
Oh wow. That is 400.
Ugh.
So you 400 silver pieces. And then Doliris, give me 2d6.
I'm going to use my D6s because they love me better.
2.
She blows the misses.
11 times 100?
110 gold pieces. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Then you also find strewn about it 105 platinum pieces. I'm going to give you this. 2,100 more gold pieces. And then a mountain of silver, like 7,000 silver. This is compiling it all. So that gets added on top of everything else you found. And apparently some of the hordes are bigger than others. Next,
Reacts.
Bope or Rangrim. Rangrim, go ahead and roll percentile dice, D100.
21.
21 before you go. Roll 2d4.
8.
You take 8 points of treasure-seeking damage. No, you find 8 25 GP art objects. So these are like large paintings, vase, little gold statues, and you're just kind of like getting together these art objects. Then Eldon,
look at them for their historic value.
These belong in a museum.
Yeah, these belong in a museum. All of it. You're like, it all goes to the Museum of Waterdeep. My brother owns, or your father. That's what it should have been. You were on a quest to find your father, who was on another quest to find the Fane of Tiamat. But he had gone missing. You weren't seeking the Fane, you were seeking your father. All right. Eldon, go ahead and give me percentile dice.
Alrighty. We got 96.
Woo! You find 10 100 GP value gems, so a bunch of precious stones.
That's good for Ray's dead.
And then Quentin, you roll a 1d4, and Bope, you don't get to roll. I'm sorry.
3.
Faked
Getting your
me
hopes
out.
up.
A 3.
Yep.
Psych.
You do get a roll. You get a roll on Bope. You get to roll on magic item table G. So you roll once, Quentin roll once, and Delirious roll once. This will be percentile dice, D100.
Percentile. Okay.
Yes. So you get 3 items off this table.
Is table G very good?
65.
65 before you go. Yeah, so 65 is you find a ring of evasion. It's a rare ring that requires attunement.
Those are good. I rolled a 81.
And 81, you find another tome of vile darkness. No, you find a staff of charming. You're like, we don't have that much.
I started to write that down, like tome of. Wait,
You also,
Yeah. I mean, I need a backup when Vecna comes for the first one.
yeah. Well, holding the staff, you can
Book of Vile
charm
Cuteness.
person, command or comprehend languages. And using it can also be used as a magic quarterstaff, so you can do damage with it. And if you are holding the staff and fail a saving throw against an enchantment spell that targets only you can turn your failed save into a successful one.
That's good.
That's a cool item.
That's a cool item. Yeah.
Then I believe I said Delirious. You rolled the final
Yes.
percentile dice.
85.
Ooh.
A staff of withering.
What is that?
It can be used by a cleric, a druid, or a warlock. So
We've got all of those.
yes, you do. So this staff has 3 charges. It can be used as a magic quarterstaff. And when you hit, it can deal damage as a normal quarterstaff, or you can add an extra 2d10 necrotic damage on top of it. And the target has to take a Constitution saving throw. And if they fail, they have disadvantage on all Constitution saving throws or ability checks. There's no Constitution ability, strength ability checks as well. So strength saving throws, ability checks, and Constitution saving throws, or Constitution checks, which are very rare, but they do happen.
Mostly with poison.
Cool.
I'm not really good at hitting things when I have to use my strength, though, so maybe I shouldn't have that. Maybe that should go to somebody else.
Save it for my next character.
We can figure it
Yet
out.
another Eldon staff. He's got the Rose, the Adder, the Withering. He's just going to attach them go like Darth Maul with like,
I'm gonna have, like,
hand on one of them and
I'm gonna go
snake
like
head on the other.
Voltron with all
Do
my
it.
staffs.
Do it! Do it.
Do you ever
So
pull
that's
the wrong staff out? Like you're like, you throw it at it, but it doesn't turn into a snake. It just clatters on the ground.
Oh crap! Wrong one.
Gotta color code these things.
God damn it.
You all are
Bell on.
currently safe. So if you want, you can, no one's going to come throughout the night. You can perform essentially the old long rest and get all the benefits from it. The old long rest.
The old long rest.
Nice.
Do I need to
Give
heal
me all
people
one.
first, or will we recover everything?
We're gonna get the
Oh,
old
recover
long
everything.
rest.
It's like that's the.
I
what
will
the
say
long-
this. Everybody recover everything.
Okay.
Even if the rules might say, well, you this many hit dice, everybody recover everything. Because there might not be dragons you can trick on the inside. Although I'm waiting for Dominate Monster on an aspect of Tiamat or Azar Cool. Azar Cool, kill Tiamat. Yes, Pope.
I mean,
It goes completely against my character.
Everything I never thought I would do.
Be amazing.
Mhm.
you just never dared to dream, Azarkul. But now you may dream.
So, what's that ring of evasion over there?
The ring of evasion, ring of evasion. Let's look at it. It says can only be attuned by players other than Jeff. No, it says
Aw.
no. That would be an awful item. So it has 3 charges and it regains 1d3 at dawn. When you fail a dexterity saving throw while wearing it, you can use reaction to choose to succeed instead, and it takes a charge to do it.
Mm.
Basically,
So that's good for Dragon's Breath.
Legendary save
Against Dragon's
Yes.
Breath.
or dex. You know,
Except
all
it
dex.
takes the
Fireballs,
reaction.
yes.
wand of fireballs.
Yeah. It's got a little bird on it. It's gold band with a little like hummingbird on it.
Nice.
So,
Anyone
Next
attuning to
morning?
anything different?
Multi-staff. I don't know if I actually want to change it out. I don't know. I kind of want to change out the staff of the adder for the staff of withering. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. If you can hit, the effect is pretty nice. For
Yeah.
Gnarly. Yeah, I think I will. If that's all right with y'all,
Yeah.
I will change out the staff of the adder for the staff of withering because that's kind of cool.
Anything else anyone's setting up?
so who's taking the read?
I whispered to Quentin, I think he really wants the staff.
Headless Sprout comes crawling up the hill, groping for it. Where's the ring? I want it.
Who's that? Kick it.
Zombie pixie. Ah.
Ghost.
Flies back off the mountain.
Not again.
Oh yeah, were there any humanoid corpses or bones in this area?
Not in
The
this area.
The hobgoblin ones from before.
Those were back.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess I didn't say that I stuffed them in my bag. I was trying to
We
make a
could
good
assume
impression
it.
for our,
How many were you trying to
Rangram.
stuff in there? It might make sense.
2.
Roll 1d2, and that's how many you managed to stuff in before you were scolded.
That is cocked. I didn't know I could cock a 4, but it happened. That
I was gonna say you
one.
flipped a coin and it cocked. It's just okay. So you managed to get 1 corpse.
Okay.
The rest were knocked off the mountain.
Stop it. No.
We're gonna need.
I will rub your nose in it. No, I'm just kidding.
Look, we didn't bring the dragon. At least let me bring one of these people.
Oh.
We're gonna need all the help we can get. Come on.
yeah.
Necromancy is a valued skill that can be useful in combat.
Hey, look at this guy.
You're gonna give me flashbacks. I don't like it, Bob. We've talked about this.
Okay, I can make him invisible. How about that?
So, ring of evasion.
Yeah. It would be pretty good for frontline combat. Just-
Yeah, I pull out a little tumbler dice. You guys want to roll for it?
Quentin, you get pretty close in combat, don't you?
Now
Yeah,
it
but my attunement is
Sword.
all tied up. I'm thinking of dropping my helmet telepathy for that staff of charming.
But it's been so useful.
So, again, who is in need of this?
I think everybody could use the Ring of Evasion, so maybe we just roll for it.
I don't.
Good.
Seems inefficient, but if that is your desire.
Well, I don't know. Like it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fight you over it though.
Hey, you two roll off. It seems like we got 2 takers for it at least, unless we got a third with the Lears. I don't know. But
I've seen this before. You guys can have a contest to see who can shove each other to the ground first.
The old
I can see-
Favorian tradition.
I can.
Shield Bash. Wait. No, wait. That was
Knifey
the other
Spoonie.
guy.
There was a chance he was going to come running up the hill, but he's too far away. Y'all teleported.
I was
He's on his
kidding,
way.
yeah.
He's like,
Uh,
one day. With his new squire, or no, he's the new squire to Sarvith. They're starting a new order of knights. The Knights of
Uh-huh.
Rinian.
Mounted Knights, of course.
The Mounted Knights of Rinian.
They're all
We form our own sect.
They all took the Cavalier subclass.
Order of the
Ian.
Bended Knee. They fight close to the ground.
If you remember, Tybalt Davignon, like New Rinian's name, like they had that initial duel. He revealed his name to him. Like they go deep.
Yeah, he does. He does actually have Rinian's true name.
Yes, and there's a thing there, and
Hmm.
that guy, he's like, I want to bring Rinian back because Rinian wanted to go to Sylvanus. I want him raised. It's not fair. With that said, as soon as you finish magic iteming, and I appreciate everyone being patient while we optimize our characters. You all have the benefits of a long rest. Any protection spells or anything you want to do, any concentration before you open up the scary door, you may do so.
Like if you had spell slots left over, like an 8 or something, wouldn't. be
So
frowned upon.
for reals, who was the other person that wanted the ring?
It's you and Quentin, if I reading the room right.
I don't think
I thought-
Quentin wanted it. I was just joking.
No, Quentin wanted the Staff of Charming.
Oh.
Yeah. Ring is yours. You'll use it well.
I will toss out an aid.
Rockin'.
Slips the only ring onto his finger.
Yeah.
That was a weird way to describe that.
A bachelor.
Bo.
Oh, I guess he does have a wedding band.
Okay. How do you make a comment like that? The only ring.
Which two of us have the least amount of hit points? Other than Bo.
I have 56.
Yeah, it's you and Quentin then.
All right. So Bo, Quentin, and me get 10 temporary hit points
Ooh.
for 8 hours.
Permanent, actually. Like, not permanent, but like real hit points. They heal back.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
How about
Well, I'm
that?
going to put them there because I don't want to forget what my actual max is.
Okay,
Duff.
so they're working with demons and stuff in there, right?
Devils,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Devils, okay, and those things. So fireball, not the most useful, right? They're all like immune or resistant.
They're all from hell, so I think it's pretty hot down there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a
so I
good
don't need to
point.
Oh, you were gonna bring Firestorm?
No, I mean, I might want to change out Flame Strike though.
Oh, right, Flame Strike. Sorry.
Although that is Radiant too.
Ooh, fancy.
What's a better 5th level cleric spell?
Yeah, I love this.
Why'd it have to be fiends?
Do you have Slay Demon? That would be great.
Themes. Why did it have to
Spell
be
good
themes?
and evil. Planar Binding.
Planar binding. That's a fun one if you can pull it off.
Yeah.
It takes a while and some setting stuff up, but
Maybe.
catching a demon prince and a
What is
planar binding.
Be pretty cool.
I make sure
Well,
I've
if you did it.
got my holy water handy that we acquired when we sold the ball cultist silver candlesticks.
I thought it was when you got from when you raided the Vatican. Wrong campaign.
Yeah.
That happened in one of my campaigns.
Ooh, yeah,
Got
I'm
to raid the
taking
Vatican for a
Hallow.
bunch of holy water. We're fighting vampires. All right. At this point, are there any other spells you want to switch out before going in? By all means, take your time, but also if you want to
Don't take
maybe
too much
open
time.
some slots, I'll let you, like, if you want to have a couple substitute like I'd let you maybe call audibles on a couple prepared spells just because you have a lot of options down there. We're not leveling up, we're just taking rests.
So as I do animate dead on this corpse as I'm just like pulling it out of the bag. I'm like, so you see, Rangram, I don't actually believe in, the proliferation of undead forces. And I'm like breaking sinew and whatnot and doing rituals. And this is just a means to an end. And I've got to get the freaking sternum right. And then, but once he's done, his purpose is done, it'll be gone.
Yeah, right now the little corpse has like my subcutaneous fascia. I'm like,
and before we go to the rest, I'm like, go wait outside. You're disturbing Elden.
You're disturbing Elden.
He is. He's disturbing me.
Can we get a water breathing? It might not come up, but hey, I don't want to drown if we can avoid it.
I once knew that spell.
We're on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
There might be rivers of lava. You don't know.
That's not going to help.
Hey, I'll breathe lava if I have to.
I'm pretty
I have
sure
water
lava is by definition not water, nor is water anywhere close to being lava, besides sharing a somewhat similar phase of matter.
So the short story is you don't have lava breathing.
Phase of matter.
What
not
type
have
of
lava
druid are
breathing.
you?
I do. Well, I am bringing transmute rock, stone shape, meld into stone. So I'm prepared with other types. And what is lava if not liquid stone?
It is. It's very hot stone.
Haven't heard that one before.
That's not wrong.
one of those things where I'm waiting for Corey to just, well, actually, and I'm just like, yeah. I'm gonna walk out of this game a flat earther if you know. A shout out to my flat earthers. Have promo code Grant Ellis on flatearther.com.
Actually,
that's gonna be my new thing that I do.
The blue dragon is dead, right? I want to spend a little time looking at its corpse. I need a
It was
dragon.
thrown off the mountain.
Okay.
I was avoiding the dissection of the corpses.
Yeah. Smart man. Okay.
Yeah. With that said, everyone ready to try to open the big bad door?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I won't rush you.
Yes.
But I mean, it's your game. The clock's always ticking, though.
Let's
Tick,
do
tick,
it.
tock,
Yes.
ritual.
I did. I'm ready. I took.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Changed my spells out. I thought about it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to rush you too much on those because it's a critical tactical choice.
I assume you're going to do the speaking on this, but if you could go over the phrase with us first. I'm pretty good with languages, and I want to be able to reproduce it in case, I don't know, you get shot with an arrow and get killed or something,
Oh, that's a good point. Could happen.
No, I also, Grant, I realized just by reading The Archaeologist that it's actually in here. In addition, you can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old.
Nice.
There's a number in the Fane as well. There's an 800-pound tapestry. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, time for that.
What time?
That's a really big tapestry.
Can I carry 800 pounds?
It's gonna take Fergalos, we need help.
No, I can only push, drag, or lift 600 pounds.
So close.
Maybe if we all picked up like a corner,
Hail
we carried it on our
Tiamat.
shoulders like a coffin.
Does he like pull out like a jeweler's
Tapestry
eyepiece
dance.
and just sort of like inspect the tapestries?
Were you teaching Quentin the phrase? Were you saying it?
Yes, it's it. You have to really roll the guttural sound in the back of your throat real far back. Just and
Is this
You
the
fit-
Mordor?
Bope says that, and you hear the door opening in front of these dragon heads because you're not far from it. It's just one of those things like,
whoop, keep up now.
and the door to the Fane of Tiamat opens.
Really got to roll the umlauts. Yeah.
I like
Well,
the idea.
I won't say it again now that we're going through because we don't want to reset it in the middle and have shenanigans, but I think I got it.
Good job. You're a quick study, I know.
All right. With that, combat map 1, you find your ways in front of another door. This door is merely closed. It's up some steps. I'll let y'all reposition folks in there, but essentially squares are 5 feet in here. And there
Is this a map for ants?
Is this a map for ants?
Smart
Yes. We could do one at a time. With that said, yeah, you are currently in front of the old door, and there is a giant emblem on the front of it of a 5-headed dragon creature,
Who that is?
made out of stone.
Wonder who that is. Yeah.
Just kidding, I know.
Yeah.
Do you
Hey,
open the
Raven,
door or
that's
attempt to open the
Tiamat.
door?
Can we inspect it for bullshittery?
Hey, Bo, did you just get inspiration? Check out the chat.
It looks like a door.
Oh,
Duration.
Yonzim.
Ooh,
Yonzim is just bought boat some
Redeeming
inspiration.
points.
thank you,
All right.
Ransom.
Bope will need it. Save Bope.
Describe how you're inspired, Bope, by
Damn
the
it.
chat. Fictionally, what happens?
Well, the all of a sudden, for seemingly no reason at all, as we approach this 5-headed statue, my emblem of Tiamat,
Emblem
which
on
is
door, yeah.
laid dormant against my rock hard pecs, just starts to glow.
Flex and it breaks.
And I look down and I feel a renewed vigor, strength that wasn't there before.
I'm choosing to be worried about this later.
There doesn't appear to be anything disastrous about the door. Why don't you roll me a perception check? Whoever feels they would do best at it. Probably
I nominate
Delirious.
me.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right.
Unless you're actually skilled in perception, because at this point we might have the same roll. Mine is a +5 with advantage.
No, my perception, only my passive is good.
Okay.
Your perception's still better.
Right.
And I'm kicking up detect thoughts to see if there's any intelligence on the other side, unless the door is more than 2 feet thick.
There's
Okay.
definitely.
I'm glad I have advantage on that.
Oh,
There we go.
You can get through.
24.
That's very good. In fact, it's good enough. So there are no traps on the door. However, you do hear sounds on the other side. There is movement and motion.
You say movement and motion?
Yes, both movement and motion.
How is motion?
It's not. It's like when I tell people I was broke and I had no money, and they're like, both, Grant? And I was like, oh.
Like, let me tell you.
That's how poor you
life
are.
is rough.
Let me tell you. Hear my tale of woe.
All right. There sounds like something's fumbling about in there. Sloppily.
I'm searching for the thoughts. Is it appear to be intelligent?
No. There are. So go ahead and describe to me in the audience more verbatim how detect thoughts works, because there may be some other things that you get in the vicinity. I just need to know, because there's some things you won't get.
So in this case, casting it as an action concentration spell, and I reach out with my mind in a 30-foot radius and identify all the party members, like ping, 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 and then I'm sweeping in front, and I'm trying to ping for anything with an intelligence.
And it's a radius
or
from your
higher.
location.
Yeah.
So there's something with a below 4 intelligence that's not thinking, but you kind of hit it like a moving wall. It's one of those things you're like, nothing, and something dumb as rocks, and then back to the party member.
Okay. Something in there, but not smart enough to link with it.
How long does that stay up? Is it just a duration of an action?
Since it's a magic item, I can concentrate for a minute, and That is one of the things that I can do with it.
Okay, I'll let you know if other things show up in there.
Okay.
Because there are clearly. Who would like to open the door?
Grim.
I got it.
Hey,
Meat
new
shield?
guy.
Valued party member?
What type of door? Oh, also, as we walk down,
Tone.
who made it?
This was made by ancient Tiamat worshippers. It was not made by dwarven hands. It was made by the foul hands of
Sloppier hands.
Dirty.
unwilling souls. Yes. Humans, elves, halflings, orc, hobgoblin. And they can tell their hands were unwilling but perfectly precise.
It's all over the place, though.
Yes.
It's so ugly. How's this door open? Is it a swinger?
It's a pusher.
Well, I'll push it.
I lean into Eldon and just be like, why does he look constipated?
You push it.
Nice thing about doors, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
A dwarf killed his parents. I mean,
The door goes open. In the room, there is light of many colors being cast about. There's a large statue of a 5-headed dragon in the middle that looks like it was made perfectly. It's hard to tell exactly what material it would be made out of. Your guess would be it's a stone, but made in such a way that it almost looks lifelike. And each head is casting a different colored light that fills the room, making the room bright and not dim. In fumbling about the statue is a creature. You are familiar with wyverns. This one looks like most of its flesh has fallen off, and it is currently zombified.
Zombie wyvern.
And I need to double check the range on a spell as well, because they were out of range of Quentin's detect thoughts. I would say as you get closer, Quentin, there are clearly some other creatures in there as well that you would need to go into the room to be within range to detect. And when they see Raingrim, you are very much in range. So what's your marching order? Who is behind Raingrim?
I was probably next to him because I was trying to do the telepathy.
All right. You're both going to need to make a couple of saves. Or you'll need to make one save each. So these are wisdom saving throws, I believe. Yes, wisdom saving throws.
Is it a charm effect or no?
It is a charm effect. You are immune to that.
I have advantage.
Okay, you have advantage. I was gonna say your mask might let you just resist.
Yeah. Nat 20.
Hey,
good on you.
So a 19.
19 for me.
You both succeed, and at that point, you feel your minds are protected and nothing takes hold of you. You can't tell what it did or what attempted to do it. However, there was a force in the room that attempted to take hold of your minds. At that point, this zombified creature begins to lumber towards the party, and we're going to need rolls for initiative.
Where is the statue at?
It's in the center of the room, just behind the thing.
Another low.
I will shout back. Mind magic touched us. We shook it off.
Uh, 16.
16.
All right, let me.
9. Oh, sorry. Slow and steady.
So, Raingrim was a 16 and Bope was a 16? Or?
Correct.
All right. Who has higher dexterity?
Plus 3.
Him.
Okay. What does Quentin have?
21.
Good on you. You will go second in combat unless someone rolls higher than a 23.
9.
You're going, Eldon. Even the zombies going before you.
It's my slow day.
I know. That'll teach Bope to cast slow on my monsters. Splash damage. All right. You're having a, what was his name? Rasputin the ogre kind of day. It's like, I'm a little slower than the rest. Rest in peace. Doliris, what did you have?
19.
Nice.
19. You will go after Quentin. At this point, there are 2 creatures that drop into the room. They had been spying on you all from peepholes. And let me paste them up in there. So,
Holes?
Peepholes.
Question mark?
peepholes.
Peepholes.
Peoples.
People
No.
who don't need peepholes.
Pay attention.
All right, here's one. Dagnabbit, I need to choose the pointer and not the mouse. Let me. Okay. These little guys drop in. They are draconic-looking creatures that are dropping down from these alcoves, and they actually get to go first.
A beetle.
Yes. First things first. Eldon, you'll need to make a wisdom saving throw, and then Doliris will need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Hell, I rolled a 2, so that's a 10. No.
I swear I cannot roll a 10 or higher to save my life on a fucking.
Did you roll
Save.
a save? It looked like you rolled a check.
What's the modifier on it?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
This-
That is actually 4 better. 17.
17's good enough. However, Eldon, you are now under the effect of Dominate Monster.
Damn.
So, yes.
Sorry, guys.
You're going to be summoning a bunch of baby hellwhips.
Nope. I got you, fam.
You don't know he's dominated yet.
Oh.
Us destroy Velkyn Weave.
So that's what they do. So they spent their turns trying to dominate party members and turn them against each other. With that said, though, it is now, I believe, Quentin's turn.
Indeed, I turned my mute off. Are they? First of all, the doors, did they open in, or did we have to pull them back towards us?
The door was a push door. Push.
Okay, and we can see from our vantage point there the 2 dragon folk type ones.
You can see them now because they came down.
Yeah.
They have wings and they crackle with lightning and blue flame from time to time.
Oh, wonderful.
Smell of sulfur.
Well.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, I'll start with a Hexblade Curse on the one on the right. Bonus action within 30 feet.
Okay.
And let's see, it's still a distance. I will shoot with the Eldritch Blast twice. Same one. That is a 21 to hit and an 18 to hit.
21 and 18 will hit.
Okay. For 12 force damage and 13 force damage.
Wow.
It's very
Yeah.
good. On the same one?
Yeah. And then I'm
Nice.
closing my half of the door.
All right.
And I'm out of actions.
All right. And so next, Doliris.
You say I don't know that Eldon has been dominated?
You would not know.
All right. Well, I can see the zombie wyvern. You know what zombie wyverns are?
They're undead and they're dragons.
They're undead. Yeah. Undead flee Timora's gaze.
Ooh.
Do you have a CR cap on your turn undead?
That's destroy. Where the hell is my turn?
It's a weird thing. I like second edition because there can be like 500 of them. It's just like, go back to your graves.
Damn it.
They literally go all the way back to their graves.
I don't think so because the paladin one doesn't have one.
I think it's.
I have a CR cap on destroy, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn is everything in sight.
You're good. All right. Yes. So you're good. So what is their save to resist?
a wisdom save, probably DC 17. I want to say.
He's not wise. He's like negative.
Well, he's a
He's got
zombie.
an int of 3 and a wisdom of 6. All right. Let me.
Roll a natural 20.
It doesn't actually tell me though, but I think it's a DC 17 like the rest of my.
It'll be the same.
It's on your
Yeah.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, your save.
I'm looking. I don't see it. I actually don't even see my turn. I see.
I rolled a
I
7
don't see
each turn. He's gonna flee from you. He can't go towards you.
Maybe you don't have turn anymore.
That's bullshit. And you know.
So on his
Seriously,
turn,
where
he
the hell
can't go
is it?
towards you.
I'm looking on my class features tab. Like it should be here.
It should be under actions, I would think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Should be.
Turn undead. Okay, here we go. Yeah, DC 17 is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. But I'm still trying to move away from me.
Yep. Far
Can't take
away.
any reactions.
Just dashes.
Okay, so turn undead. It failed. So for a minute or until it takes damage, it's considered turned. It must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to any space within 30 feet, and it can only use its dash action to try to escape. And if it can't go anywhere else, it uses the dodge action. So the more we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
This is going to be hilarious. It's going to burst right through the double doors, and they're going to be like, our zombie wyvern! Finger of death on all you. No,
Train the whole dungeon on us.
yeah. So, with that, if we want to give a look at what these things look like to chat, if you can pull up Creature 3, that's what these blue draconic creatures look like. They are part fiend, part dragon, all evil. And
Or are these like the green spawn things, only blue?
no, they are actually different.
Smaller. Much smaller.
Yes, these are little guys, and they're awful. Next, anything else Delirious is doing?
No, I don't think anybody's injured.
Bope is on deck.
Okay.
Give it time.
Then I
Yeah.
will first, as a free action, I think, send forth my what's it called? My zombie. Go forth! Wreck. Face. No, I
That
directed.
zombie would be turned and running away from Delirious.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but
Yep.
So it does go forth away from Delirious. It can only use its move to
Oh.
dash
I'm
Okay.
sorry,
and
but
run as far away as possible.
Okay, well, technically, it is next to her, so it could go forth, right?
Yes.
Doesn't have to go behind us, is my point. So five.
It will use its full move, and it will squeeze past anyone it has to go a dash action like 60 feet ahead.
So that's 15 feet just to get up there. And, I mean,
That you keep going.
yeah, but like straight line, like where's he going? Can he
As far away as I would go, as far as you can.
Yeah,
In fact, he
just
can
keep-
push
Like
through
corner?
those doors if he wants.
Up through the door.
I'd go through the door, trying to get as far away so it would bust through the door.
So
Okay.
Originally, it used to be they would try to go back to their graves so it would run out the other way. But
Well, a zombie only has 20
it's
foot
running to the
movement.
Fane. Okay, so it's going to the Fane. The most
That's
it could.
as far as it goes.
Or the lower Fane, if you will. Just busting through, running in some random hobgoblin zombie. They're going to be like, those Blue Abishai are causing issues.
I watch him run past the wyvern like, wait, but really? Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Just
Blue
getting
Abishai.
up these days.
I like Fletsum and Jetsum from The Little Mermaid. Like the eels are like, oh no.
All right. Can I see them even?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a brightly lit room, and they have flown down their alcoves. They might go back up if they feel threatened.
Okay, so they are on our level?
For now, they're floating in the air, but yes.
Okay, how far apart from each other would you say they are? It looks like they're about
That many squares.
20 feet?
About
15 feet?
Yes.
Are they?
A Gryffindor! Which
no.
doesn't impact their sight.
Please don't.
Why not?
Because I'm
they're
about
both
to
pockets.
go in there.
Get your zombie
All right.
too.
Well, then I'm going to hunger Vidar. No. Well, let's cast Confusion.
Confusion! All right, what's the save?
Let's see. That is a... it is a DC 18 Wisdom save.
Okie dokie. They're pretty good. (24) and 28. They both save.
All right. I am going
They have advantage on it. One, if they didn't have advantage, the rolls would have been significantly lower.
I'm going to back up. All right. Onward.
My turn.
Yes.
Cool. How high up are they?
They're not very high off the ground. They're about 5 feet.
So
What happened?
I'll go here.
They fly just out of the dwarf's reach. No,
Yeah.
you have to grow giant and grab them, pull them down. Ah!
Yeah, exactly. As I'm running and I see them up, I will get big and go to attack. The attack being a little slower, but with a lot more oomph behind it. Maybe a 19 to hit.
I believe that's going to hit them. Let me double check to see if they have any weird abilities that they can do. As a reaction, I believe you're going to hit.
Cool. So, they have dragon as a keyword, yes?
They do not.
You said
the
yeah.
wyvern.
Well,
The
no,
wyvern
he
does.
said fiend and dragon.
I said they are dragon-like things. The wyvern has the
Oh.
dragon tag. These do not.
Okay, because earlier you said fiend, dragon,
I mean, they
so
look that
that's
way.
fine.
Yeah, they are described as dragon-like.
It's still fine. It's just
Yeah.
so 12, 22 magical bludgeoning damage as the first hammerfall drops.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me. They had their turns and things happen. All right. You're good.
Okay. Actually, there's 3 more damage on that, so 25. Second attack, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Or not that. This for 26 more magical bludgeoning damage.
Describe how you send this fiend back to the pits of hell.
Well, instead of swinging wildly, these much more aimed shots are going straight through the chest, and you can see that both actually hit in the exact same spot. The first one weakening, and the second one just punching right through.
He split the Abishai in twine.
That's my turn.
All right.
The one that had dominated Eldon.
And for those wondering, that is the
Fortunately, it's not.
That is the what is it? Great Weapon Master, taking a -5 to my attack roll to add 10 to my damage.
Boom, 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 boom. It paid off. Otherwise, it would have possibly remained alive. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
The Wyvern is up, and the Wyvern is going to get a reaction against it as it busts through the door. You can take a swing at it if you want. It might end its turn undead, because that's what does it. Or you can just let it bust through the doors.
No, just let it.
Raingrim, are you swinging at it?
I'm not large, and I 3 less damage if it still survived after 3 less damage.
That would.
No.
It would have this many HP left.
Well, then it has that many HP left. My bad.
Right.
New stuff is new.
Yeah, the same. Also, it actually has more HP than that. I keep forgetting because it had its turn. Every generation. With that, we move down initiative to the Wyvern. Do you want to take a swing at the Wyvern and end its turn undead, or are you going to let it bust through the door?
No, I've been around long enough. I know what a cleric yelling things at undead sounds like.
Yeah. All right. So it's and it's just charging down the halls, going to the lower Fane if possible. With that, Eldon, who is dominated.
Yep.
You are instructed to kill Bope. That is the thought that goes into your head.
Wow, they know my name?
So, yes, they know your name. You are well known in these parts. Actually, but up here, every member of the Velkyn Weave is pretty well known.
I don't know.
Yay.
Rather, the Nimbus is known even more. They're like, there's these 2 hero factions. How can we?
Okay, well.
So known as the Nimble Weave.
I have a pretty good idea what would kill Bo.
Uh-oh.
Light spell?
Nope. Sorry, Tom. I'm gonna turn around and see. I've got the Staff of Withering now.
Uh-oh.
Apologies for the scream.
Actually, no. This doesn't require a material component. I'm just gonna.
What material component would it require?
No, it doesn't require a material component.
Okay.
That's it. So I don't actually need the staff for this. I'm just gonna turn around, look at Bope, and go. Blight.
Counterspell. I have to roll for it.
It's a 4th level spell.
So 14.
Yep.
And
Yes.
I just add my intel modifier, right? I believe that's how it
Yep.
works. Okay. So I'm going to roll this on D&D Beyond. Just do a D20, right?
It's a virtual die roll. Could come back to haunt you for the rest of your days.
Nope. That's a 5.
But you were given inspiration earlier.
I was! Yanzim!
Too late. No, sorry. No, use your inspiration.
All right, this is...
I'm not trying to kill Bo.
This is for you,
Had enough.
Yanzim. Save my life today. Someone save my life tonight.
See? Now you can pay points to impact the fiction.
5.
What happened?
I rolled
I
another
rolled.
5.
Oh, God.
What? Stop
Alright.
using
Does-
D&D Beyond.
How many... Can I use my monologue inspiration, or is it like 1?
Yeah, well, that's the way that one works. So, you used inspiration. So, what does Blight do? Let's walk through this.
It says actually in the description,
A lot
kill
of
Bope.
damage.
So, necrotic energy washes over a creature of my choice within range, draining moisture and vitality from them.
There's not a lot of vitality.
Joke's on you. There is no
You
vitality.
need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Can I just use my... I'm pretty sure I didn't use my inspiration last game, so I have an auto save in there. So I'm just going to use that.
You can use that.
All right. So you'll take half of. No, you won't take half because
You'll take full.
So you'll take 39 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, yeah, that would have killed me.
And with that, the Velkyn Weave now knows that Eldon has been turned against them at least until the Dominate Monster spell ends. I think that's a good place to cut for the evening
Yeah,
after the
I
end of
think
that comment.
you just hear Bope's voice saying, "Eldon, what the?"
And you think about that interaction and their monologue earlier and their discussion and their backstory, and then it's just like blight.
Is it just a withered husk of Bope left behind?
Yeah.
How you doing over there, Bope? How's your
Down
HP?
half. Down to that doesn't seem right. I put in I 49? 78 minus 39 is 49? Yeah. No.
You counted the 10 extra
Oh
hit points
yes,
from aid.
aid.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
D&D Beyond did know how to do math better than I could.
All right. Well, Corey, why don't you give us a good old YouTube reminder?
Good old YouTube reminder. Yes, please. We have a YouTube channel. We upload all our streams, all our videos to YouTube, usually within a day after each show. And subscribing is free and helps you not miss out on any of our content and gets you reminders whenever we upload new stuff to YouTube. Your likes and positive comments are always greatly appreciated. Thank you.
And I'd just like to remind everyone to go visit overheadgames.com and check out their avatar maker tools. Thank you.
And as we delve deeper into the Fane of Tiamat, a big thanks out to tabletopaudio.com, who is going to help provide and has been providing the music, ambiance, and sound effects that we use here on the Games Tavern in our live play shows, both here on the Velkyn Weave, as well as the other shows throughout the week. You can use Tabletop Audio in your own campaigns by going to tabletopaudio.com and choosing from over 250 music and ambiance tracks. We think so highly of tabletopaudio.com. We are a supporter. We've been using them now for over a year that we have been live here. So you should support them too. And I mean, this is the start to one of the hardest tracks in all of D&D. Yeah, going to kill Tiamat, or at least driving her back into the pit from which she came. So please join us next week once again as we delve further into this dark dungeon. Good night.
Hi, folks.
Hey.